Well, we return to painting an icon of Philip and James, two apostles, two disciples of Jesus. And having done the sketch twice, it's now time to do it all over again on the panel, pine panel covered in gesso. And getting the centre lines again, the centre line for the whole panel, divided into 8 for 2 full figures, deciding on the distance between the 2 figures, and from that working out according to head height and shoulder width. It's actually sort of chest width from the arm across the middle of the chest is 2 head lengths. So that's helped to determine the centre line for the saint. That's where the centre, the centre of the head will go. It's where the weight-bearing heel will go, and everything works from there. And so, having put a few guide points in with very light H2 pencil, I now have yellow ochre with water and a hog hair brush, putting in basic outline. As you can see, it's very, very basic. Just the shape of the chest, shape of the pelvis, shape of the legs. Get the arms in place. Now start to get a few folds for the garments in. All very correctable because it's just pigment and water, and once the water dries the pigment will just dust off. Slightly different postures for the hands just to make it a bit more interesting. Now with a 3 Kolinsky round brush, and this time the pigment, same pigment, yellow ochre, mixed with egg tempera, egg yolk and white wine, going over the figures again, this time a bit closer detail, working within the broader lines of that were made with the rough fat hog hair brush. So not worrying about that sort of those inner structures now, just working on the garments and their main features, their main folds. So this right hand in the original model, it's a hand that gestures towards the scroll that is being held in the other hand. So this character is Philip, and he does not have a beard. And this one is James, the brother of John. They are the sons of Zebedee, and he does have a beard. his hand will be held in the posture of a blessing. Well, at this stage, things could change. At this point I'm happy enough with a few characteristics. I'm happy about the composition on the whole panel. That there's room above their heads for their halos and inscription, that there is sufficient distance between them, and it's about the same distance between them as there is from their edge to the edge of the frame of the panel. Getting some of these finer features of the faces. But now we've added a tiny bit of Mars Black to the yellow ochre, which gives obviously a darker pigment, a darker paint, and it is kind of greenish colour. With some blacks, if you add white you get a kind of bluish colour. When you add yellow you get this kind of greenish look. Now, I've been using a fine brush for the facial features, but now we return to the 3 brush. And this is becoming even more refined than the yellow ochre with egg. This is making a few more corrections, particularly getting positions of hands, posture of hands, because once we start putting on, blocking in major colours, we still need to be able to see these main colours underneath. There will still be more work to do in order to get the shadows working before we start adding the main colours. I'm still not convinced about the colours that I've chosen, but some decisions can be made later on. I think regarding the colours that I'll want to make the undergarments much lighter than the outer garments. And that will be ready for our next episode.